Welcome back to Relearning Relationships. It's me, Christian, and today I'm going to cover the differences between emotional cheating and physical cheating. Now, these are the two ways in which infidelity can take place. Either way, the end result is always the same. It always shatters the trust of the partner whom is on the receiving end. And if you're watching this video, this has definitely happened to you and you're looking for some answers. So, to begin with, let's start with the definition and break down emotional cheating, and then I'll get into physical cheating. So, emotional cheating is when your partner, your woman, looks to meet her emotional needs outside of the relationship with another man. So, anything that is intimate between you and her, that is private, that is special, between man and woman, that she seeks outside of you, is emotional cheating. So how does this actually happen? Well, it typically starts out innocently. Your woman will seek a friendship with a member of the opposite sex, which will slowly transition from simple conversations, shared interests that slowly evolve into emotional closeness, with communication about deeper and more personal issues. Eventually, this will lead to your girl distancing herself from you to move closer to her new love interest. And by then, the seeds of sexual attraction begin to blossom, leading to the formation of the emotional attachment. And at that point, your girlfriend or wife is now emotionally invested in another man. Understand, emotional cheating is always a precursor to physical cheating. It sets itself up for that. So you must be wondering, well, how can this be considered cheating when there is no sexual activity taking place, right? She's just talking to a guy. She's, getting close to that coworker, or she says he's just a friend. Here's what you need to understand. This constitutes cheating because your woman has made the choice to become emotionally close with another man. This entails everything from romantic conversations, flirting, sexting, spending quality time with another man, accepting gifts and intimate gestures. All of those different things that I've just mentioned should only ever take place between you and her. So if she is seeking that outside of your relationship, that is emotional betrayal. And if your woman has done that, she's one step closer for it to transition into physical cheating. And oftentimes it does. So if you catch your woman, maybe she leaves her phone on the table and there's text messages from another guy, and you see that she's flirting with him, or they're making plans, or they're sharing intimate details about their lives with one another, it should be a no-brainer of what is going on. By that point, you must make the decision to walk away. And if you haven't caught on, or you have no awareness of what's going on, this is when the emotional cheating will transition into physical cheating, right? So understand, before I continue on, for anyone who's still on the fence about this, the dangers of emotional cheating is that it often leads to physical cheating. Pretty simple. If you come to find out that your woman has been interacting inappropriately in any way, male coworker, male friend, that's a huge red flag. This is how cheaters set the stage to line up a replacement. And once she has built a level of closeness and safety with her new love interest, that is when she will prepare herself to step out on you. Okay, so be warned. So now let's get into physical cheating. So this is what everybody, generally speaking, classifies as cheating. Now, why does this hurt us so much? Well, because sex is sacred. It is meant to be enjoyed within a committed relationship between a man and a woman. Okay, sex is designed for bonding for life. Wise men and women take this very seriously, okay, and appreciate the value in having sex with someone they love, trust, and care about. That is when it becomes special and it's meaningful. So when this feeling is mutual, it is a great joy to experience within your relationship, marriage, whatever situation you are in. So a woman generally needs to feel an emotional connection with a man before she decides to become physical. Okay, that is why, as I mentioned before, emotional cheating is always a precursor to physical cheating. Okay, it always leads to it. So once she has built that emotional connection and feels safe enough to become closer with him, then he's just going to end up inside of her, right? And she will proceed to let that happen. This is why it is never an accident. It is never a mistake. It is premeditated. It is built upon the intention to selfishly meet one's sexual needs outside of the relationship, or seek to replace you with someone entirely new. Okay, so what constitutes physical cheating? Well, anything that is supposed to happen between you and her, physically, sexually, such as touching, right? Physical touch. You know, maybe you catch her holding hands with a guy, he puts his arm around her, she doesn't pull away. I wonder why. Making out, kissing. Obviously, we get into more things such as oral sex, and obviously, finally, the act itself of sex. So this is physical cheating in a nutshell. And now that I've covered both definitions, I'd like to give a few closing thoughts in regards to how you should appropriately handle a situation where you come to find out that your woman has betrayed you, right? So, first of all, if your partner has committed infidelity, I want you to understand that it had nothing to do with you. It is a choice that she made entirely by herself. It is unilateral. No external factors can ever influence or push her to cheat on you. That comes from within, right? If she wanted to become intimate with another man, then guess what? Please believe she would find a way. Because if the guy she stepped out on you with didn't want anything to do with her, or he cut her off, or he said, no, find someone else, I'm not going to get involved with that, she would have just found a different co-worker. And if no one at work wanted her, then she would have reverted back to a male friend that she had in the background somewhere. And if she didn't have any male friends in the background, she would go out, try new activities, go to the bars and clubs or on social media and find a guy that is willing to be intimate with her. Okay? So it is never your fault or even the other guy's fault who participates in the infidelity. While it is true that there are some exceptions to where she flat out tells the guy, I'm in a relationship, don't tell my boyfriend, and that guy goes ahead. Yes, that man clearly lacks morals and has very weak character, but it's still your woman's fault. Okay? You see, you should never become angry, on the second note, if another man flirts with your woman or has gotten close to her, because that has only happened because she has allowed him to become close. She has entertained his advances. So if you find out that your girl has interacted with men in inappropriate ways, whether it's flirting, giving out contact information, following him on social media, hanging out, you see the text messages, or you catch her in the act of doing it, well, making male friends or meeting guys at the gym or wherever, understand it's obvious why she's doing it. Because remember, beautiful women get hit on all the time. They're always going to get attention. The difference is if she's faithful, she doesn't let guys get close to her. There's no way they can. But since she isn't faithful, she's opened the door to allow them to walk in. So it is her fault. That is what you must understand. A lot of guys, they get very pissed off and think, well, she cheated on me. I'm going to go and kill that guy. I'm going to go after him. It's his fault. Well, how is it his fault? That guy, if he was clueless and was not aware that she had a boyfriend, it's not his fault at all. But even if he was aware that she had a boyfriend, it only happened because she allowed him. Because some guy can come up to your girl and say, hey, what's your number? She's faithful. She's going to say, I'm not interested. Leave me alone. If he keeps trying, I got a boyfriend, and she'll just walk away from him. So if a guy comes up to your girl, he doesn't know whether she's single or taken. But if she starts talking to him, becomes close to him emotionally, she's opening that door for him to walk in. What don't you understand? So any man that approaches your girl, interacts with her, yes, he has the intention of getting to know her and, whether he wants to have a relationship or just use her for sex, regardless, that guy wants her. The intention's obvious. But the key is, what about your girl's intention? Because if any guy's gotten close to her, it's because she allowed it to happen. So that's what I want you to understand. So don't be angry at the other guy. It's her fault. She wanted to meet her needs outside of the relationship, whether it's emotional or physical. She wanted to meet them. She didn't want to meet them with you for whatever reason, because she's selfish. She settled for you. She's got unresolved emotional issues. She can't pair one. So she looks outside of the relationship to meet them. Okay? And she will filter through as many guys as she has to until one of them wants to give her what she wants. It's really that simple to understand. Okay? So if this happens, you must break up with her. No exception. Okay? A woman that is in love with you and respects you will never betray you. If she lines up a replacement behind your back emotionally or physically steps out on you, you must have the self-respect and the strength and courage to walk away, because it does actually take courage, especially if you've never done it before. If you've never been in a relationship with a woman that you really care about and you've been betrayed, a lot of guys, their immediate response is they want to work it out. They want to get her back. And stepping into the unknown and doing something different, not knowing what the outcome is, for a lot of men, that's scary. But you have to man up, challenge yourself, and just leave, right? You never want to take back an unfaithful woman. It is better to be single, lick your wounds, and take your time to heal and seek a trustworthy partner than to find yourself stuck in a relationship with a female who has shown you that she's not to be trusted. Because at that point, you invite more of her behavior. She knows, she gets a second chance. Sure, she will step out on you again, right? So even if she contacts you begging for a second chance, asking for you to take her back, do not believe it for 1 second. So she wasn't willing to work on the relationship when she allowed another guy inside of her, or when she's exchanging contact info. But now that you've either caught her or she's left and it's been a few months and it didn't work out, now she wants to come back and try again. No. Do not fall for it. Unfaithful partners only return for comfort, security, and to settle for you while they look around for another replacement. She's not running back to you because she regrets what she did. She's simply scared of being alone and worried that she won't be able to get a man to commit. So, temporarily, she can use you to give her a sense of relief. Do not allow that to happen. Guys, trust is like glass. You may piece it back together, but the cracks will remain forever. And those cracks represent the betrayal. You can forgive, and you should forgive, but you should never forget what happened. Use it as a reference point for the future. Next woman you date, remind yourself, if this woman shows any signs or indicators that she's lining up a replacement in any way, shape, or form, leave. Okay? So you can forgive, but you can never forget. Deep down, you'll know that that woman doesn't value you. So if you choose to stay, you just simply invite her to repeat what she's done to you. You're always going to sleep with one eye open, wondering, can I trust her again? You're always going to have that anxiety and paranoia. Any moment she gets quiet, she gets distant, maybe one day she's not close to you physically, you're going to worry. All that trauma is going to come right back and you're going to think, uh-oh, what if she's doing it again? That's what happens when you get back with someone who's betrayed you. Okay, you've got to have some self-respect. And it's just not worth staying. With trust gone from your relationship, you will fall out of love and you will lose respect for her. It will never be the same again. If you choose to stay in a relationship where your very dignity has been violated by your girl, that's how you destroy your self-worth. So the answer is simple. Walk away, rebuild your life. You deserve a faithful woman by your side. And settling for any less will not end well for you. Right? If she steps out of your relationship to be with another guy, you must be strong enough to lock the door behind you and you throw away that key forever. If she changes in the future, good. She can change for the next guy in her life. But for you, that betrayal will always be there. Start fresh, have a clean slate, and raise your standards and come up and look for a much better woman who's got morals just like you. Mutual loyalty, integrity, and faithfulness is the glue that holds together a lifelong relationship. It's a sign of respect, adoration, and love for each other. Okay? And on the flip side, if she's not begging you back and she's not sorry, if she's very high on the narcissistic spectrum, when you catch a woman and in the act of betraying you, or you see the messages on her phone, if she's very narcissistic, she'll look at you in the eyes and she'll tell you, I don't have any remorse. I don't care what I did. It's you. And she might even try and put the blame on you. Okay? And again, that's exactly what the Bible says an adulterous woman does. Proverbs 30 verse 20. This is the way of an adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I've done nothing wrong. So that is what happens when a woman betrays you. Okay? Regardless, you're never going to feel the same in that relationship. So be strong enough to walk away. I know you have an emotional connection and a tie to her, and it's difficult to separate, but time will heal you, right? And this experience is a chance for you to grow from it, to learn from it, to raise your standards, okay? Because there is better out there. But if you stay in that same situation, everything's going to play out how it already has been, okay? The same scenario will play on repeat. She will hurt you again and again and again. It's just not worth it, guys. It really isn't. Okay, so that's what you do. That's how you handle it. You simply have an understanding now of why this is so damaging, right? It's not the other guy's fault. She wanted to cheat. If it wasn't with him, another guy would have done it with her because she would find someone willing to do it with her. Okay, it's not your fault. It's nothing to do with you getting complacent or not meeting her needs, because everyone gets complacent from time to time. If she was truly unhappy with you and her needs weren't met, if she had morals, she'd simply say, I'm unhappy. And if it can't be worked out, she'd leave in a mature, healthy manner without lining up a replacement, without monkey branching on you. That's what you need to understand. So if she begs you back, don't give her a chance. And on the flip side, if you're the one trying to beg her back, slap yourself on the face, splash some water on your face as well, wake yourself up and say, wait a minute, what the hell am I doing with my life? Because that's very stupid, okay? And if she's trying to blame you for it, saying that it's all your fault and that, you didn't meet her needs so you deserved it and I've done nothing wrong, it's the same thing. You simply walk away. Delete, block, and start your healing process. It really is that simple, okay? So that is emotional cheating and that is physical cheating. Regardless, if she does one or the other or both, you must be strong enough to walk away. Right? There's no shame in being weak, but there is shame in staying weak. And I'm telling you, if you go back to a woman that has betrayed you, you'll kill your masculinity and you will become very, very weak, very, very unhappy. That's how you destroy your health emotionally, your mental health and your body physically. You'll give up on everything in life. Okay? Don't betray your principles, men. With that said, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button. I post videos weekly. If you'd like to reach out to me privately, whether it be to share your situation or request a coaching call, the email's down in the description. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the next one.